The pandemic was raging, our economy was reeling, but we acted together. Now, 2 years in, it's clearer than ever that our plan's work, and we're building the economy from the bottom up and the middle out, not just the top down. Because when we do that, by the way, the wealthy do very, very well, and everybody, the poor, have a shot, and the middle class can have a little breathing room. An economy that benefits that folks in the heartland as well as in our cities and all across America. And, I remember, as I said, my family, I was born in Scranton, Pennsylvania. When Cole died when I was in third grade, we had to move. But I go back to Scranton. Everybody's joke is they're from Scranton. Everybody's from Scranton. But think of all the towns you know, and some of you are mayors of, that they go through school, they want to stay where their family is, where their relatives are, where they know everything, and they have to say, Mom, I got to leave. There's no jobs here. There's no jobs here in my town. I'm serious. I'm deadly earnest. And what we're trying to do is not just rebuild an economy, bring back the pride and the sense of belonging, the sense of I want to stay where I live now, where I'm able to do what I want to do. And that's the whole purpose of what we're trying to do in our cities when people used to move out. But, now they're beginning to move back in. Cities are growing. Not just big cities, small towns as well. The economy, the rewards work where we don't need a college degree to provide for your family. It helps to have that college degree, but you don't need it to provide for your family. 2 years ago this week, 18 million people were out of work. 2 years ago this week. Now the net number is under 1.6 million. They're the lowest level in decades. The unemployment rate is as low as it's been in 50 years. We've created 11 million jobs, 750,000 manufacturing jobs. Where in the hell is it written to say we can't be the manufacturing capital of the world in this? I mean it, not a joke. I got so sick and tired of us exporting jobs and importing product. We're now importing jobs and exporting product.
Happy January 20th to all of you. My friends, I have breaking news to share with you. The United States has officially reached the debt ceiling. The U.S. Treasury Department is now enacting several measures to prevent a government default. And this will affect millions of Americans, including seniors and retirees. So we may see immediate changes to Social Security. Friends, this is the latest news in Congress. So do make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, to say thank you for being here every day and for being part of this community. I will be giving away 2 $75 Walmart gift cards today. If you would like to enter the giveaway, all you have to do, friends, is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances, my friends, of winning these weekly giveaways. The United States has just hit the debt ceiling that was set by Congress, forcing the Treasury Department to start taking extraordinary measures to keep the government paying its bills and escalating pressure on Capitol Hill to avoid a catastrophic default. The battle lines for the high-stakes fight have already been set. Republicans, who have enormous sway in the House, because of the party's slim majority, have demanded that lifting the borrowing cap be tied to spending reduction. The White House countered that will not offer any concessions or negotiate on raising the debt ceiling. And with the solution to the debt ceiling drama squarely in the lawmakers' hands, fears are growing that the partisan brinksmanship could result in the nation defaulting on its debt for the first time ever. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen wrote a letter to House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, informing him that the nation's outstanding debt is at its statutory limit of $31.4 trillion, and that the agency will implement extraordinary measures so it doesn't default on its own debt, which would have enormous consequences on the U.S. economy, global financial stability, and millions of Americans. She said the measures would only last through June 5th, 2023. National Economic Council Director Brian Deese repeatedly called on Congress to meet the United States obligations by raising the debt limit, warning against economic chaos that could ensue should Congress fail to do so. Speaker McCarthy must walk a fine line, since any member can call for a motion to vacate the Speaker's chair, one of the several concessions he made to gain the top post after 15 rounds of voting earlier this month. So for now, he is leaning in on using the debt ceiling crisis to cut spending and balance the U.S. budget. Earlier this week, Kevin McCarthy rejected Democratic calls for a clean debt ceiling increase without any conditions attached. It is something that Congress has done time and time again. The Speaker told reporters on Capitol Hill that the Biden administration should begin to negotiate ahead of this summer when the U.S. could default. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre told reporters that the administration has been reaching out to all members from both sides of the aisle, but there will not be any negotiations over the debt ceiling. We will not do that. It is their constitutional duty, she stated. Meanwhile, Senate GOP leader Mitch McConnell sought to reassure Americans that an agreement eventually will be reached with the Biden administration. He stressed that the U.S. must never default on its debt and never will. The debt ceiling, which is a maximum amount that the federal government is able to borrow to finance obligations that lawmakers and presidents have already approved, was last raised in December 2021. Created more than a century ago, it has become a way for Congress to restrict the growth of borrowing. But it's important to remember that increasing the cap does not authorize new spending commitments. As part of his concessions, Kevin McCarthy promised to pass a proposal by the end of March, telling Treasury which payments should be prioritized if the debt ceiling is breached. Chip Roy, a Texas Republican who is one of the key players in the standoff over McCarthy's speakership, cautioned that the contours of the proposal are still being worked out, noting there are several different versions of a payment prioritization plan circulating inside the House GOP. But choosing to pay one set of obligations over another could spark legal challenges. For instance, lawmakers would have to decide which to pay first: Social Security monthly payments to the tens of millions of senior citizens and Americans with disabilities, salaries of federal workers and the military, or the interest on U.S. debt to a multitude of investors. Government watchdogs and economic experts warn that Congress and the U.S. president should address the debt ceiling soonest. So, dear friends, do you think that there will be a government shutdown over the summer? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Well, my amazing and most dearest friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video. My friends, I want to say thank you to each of you who are here every day and watching the new videos that I post. To say thank you and for being part of this community, I will be doing weekly giveaways. If you would like to enter today's giveaway for a $75 Walmart gift card, please make sure that you click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. Thank you, friends, and have a wonderful and very blessed Friday.